Gentlemen, next we're going to go back in history. We're going to listen to stories from those who had actually paved the way, who fought for our freedom. I mean, literally fought for our freedom during the Civil War. So right now we're going to have a good friend, Mr. Joe Becton, who's going to come and talk about those those brothers who actually fought for our freedom during the Civil War. Just Mr. Joe Becton. Let's give him a hand, please.
Well, first, I'd like to say it's a pleasure and an honor to be here, to have this opportunity to talk about these kinds of things. First, I'd like to congratulate the Historical Society for incorporating young people in what's going on. You know, you'd be surprised how often I go to places where the young folks are not incorporated. And of course, that is truly important, and that's where we're really going to make our mark. So, the first thing is, the first thing is that I've got 15 minutes, right? So, I have to watch myself. For those of you who know me, you know I can be verbose, so I got to watch it. So, first things first, I always like to start with why the Civil War? Why a war where neighbors kill neighbors? Why a war where brothers turn against brothers, families against families? Why a war where churches turn against churches? And of course, me in the 3rd Regiment, by the way, I'm a member of the 3rd Regiment, Civil War reenactors, and we in the 3rd Regiment say there are 4 reasons for all war, no matter when it happens, no matter who's doing it. And of course, the most important reason is money. There you go. Number 1, money. Now, of course, when we say money, sometimes you overlook the underlying story. Africans like me grew the sugar. Remember that? Anybody like sugar? No, none of y'all like sugar? Very good, very good, very good. Abolitionists, nobody likes sugar, all right? Sugar, right? And then after sugar, there was another one again with a T. What was it? Tobacco. Oh, yeah, tobacco. Anybody like tobacco? No, of course not. It's poisonous and addictive. Yes, habit form. I like that. That's like so that was number 1, money. Number 2, land. All right. In America, we had part of the land that people said it was free. Wasn't quite free. We live in New Jersey. We know that, right? We know that New Jersey had a little bit of freedom for a minute there. Black men got to own land in 1776. Women got to own land in 1776. But by 1807, they changed the Constitution and got rid of all that, right? So, had a little bit of freedom in New Jersey, but it really took places like Lawnside, Jimmytown, Whitesboro. It took places like this to turn into the Jersey that we have today. So land, all right? Power. And when the whole thing started, certain people got to pick the president over and over and over and over again. It was called the 3/5 clause of the Constitution. Remember that one? Look it up. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. African people were 3/5 of a vote. How often do we get to vote? We don't. What a wonderful trick, huh? That's how you work it. So they picked the president over and over again. When you look at it, Washington was from the South. Jefferson was from the South. Madison was from the South. Monroe was from the South. Do I need to go on? You got the picture? Certain people could elect the president. Well, there were a couple of people from the North, but I only got 15 minutes. I can't go in. And of course, freedom. 4 million people like me wanted to be free. Now, that's on my side. But on the Confederate side, they had their own freedom. They said the Yankees didn't care nothing about nothing but money, right? And it's in the Bible, in the book of Leviticus, that you had the right to own slaves. So the Southerners said they were fighting for their rights. They're fighting for their rights to own slaves. So, 4 things that the war got started on. Of course, we were ready for a war anyway because we wanted our freedom. There you go. And when the war jumped off, African Americans said, we volunteer. They said, you volunteer for what? We volunteer to fight for freedom. They said, who you going to shoot? No, that's all right. No, thank you. No, thank you. The governor of New Jersey said no to black troops. The governor of Pennsylvania said no to black troops. That's right. So by the time we get to Camp William Penn, and that's where I was trained, and where many of our neighbors, grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers were trained at Camp William Penn. So by the time we get to Camp William Penn, the federal government steps in. And they said, we're going to train black soldiers. We're going to arm black soldiers. Right? So it was if you will, an explosion, kind of an outgrowth of that opportunity at Camp William Penn. Now, of course, go right back to those same things. Money, right? You're going to get paid. You're going to get a salary. You're going to get a bounty for joining. Cash money on the barrel for joining, right? Not only do you get money, but you get new clothes. A new suit of clothes, cut to the latest styles, made to the latest material, so you'll be dressed to. I like that, dressed to impress. How about the other one, dressed to the hilt? Remember that one? No, nobody remember that one? I know you remember this one, dressed to kill. Yeah, I know you remember that one. So, there you go. We're joining, we're going to get clothes, we're going to get money, we're going to get food, and when it's all over, we're going to get a land bounty. Now, can you imagine that? An African like me owning land. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Now, I could tell you the whole story, but I got 15 minutes, so we'll get it alone. But when you get a chance, look up Minnesota, because that's where the government tried to give you the land at, right? We wasn't falling for that. So then again, right here in your town, we got heroes, all right? Now, I'm cautious about what I'm saying about your town. I've learned over the years, don't go to somebody else's town and try to tell them about themselves, because it don't work out too good. So keep an eye on me, sir. Keep an eye on me. Okay? Keep an eye. John Lawson. No? Yeah, that's right. Lawnside hero from the Navy. Medal of Honor. Buried right over here in our Soldiers Road. So when we start looking for our heroes, we don't have to look that far. Mm-hmm. Now, I heard quite a few people mention the name Still, and that was one of the names I was familiar with from this area, so I went ahead and looked them up. And right here in this town, we got Charles Still. He served with the 24th USCT. Joshua Still, he served in our regiment, the 3rd USCT. And Charles A. Still, and he served in the 45th USCT. All right? So, right here, these connections are there. We got to go out and see them. We got to go out and remember those connections. Now, the big problem right now is everybody says, well, you're tearing down the monuments. You're tearing down the monuments. Said, well, we're only tearing down the monuments we think that the people wasn't worth having a monument for. Right? That's why we did. I mean, we tried to build a couple of monuments. Everybody here, Octavius Cato. Hey, there you go. We tried to build some monuments too, right? Wait a minute now. What's her name? Rosa Parks? Trying to build some monuments too. So maybe people who are about peace and love might be the kind of people that we want to build our new monuments for. Now, before I go too far and beyond my time, I just want to remind you, we already have our monuments. We already have monuments, and a lot of us don't take the time to go and visit our monuments. Huh? Here I go. Mount Peace. Oh, no? Okay, that's right. Okay, that's right. All right, here we go. Mount Zion United Methodist. Yeah, I'm still there. Okay, I'm still there. And here goes my big chance. Mount Pisgah. When the last time you've been there? You got to go there. You know, one of the reasons that our children don't know these things is we don't take them there. You tell the children, come on, children, we going to the graveyard. I ain't going to no graveyard. Huh? I ain't going. What did they see, Ghostbusters? And what's up with that? What is up with that? You're not going to no graveyard. But everything that come on TV, they say, well, you a dope dealer. Excuse me. The English were the ones who had a war with the Chinese to sell them dope. Yeah. I know, I'm getting carried away. Stephen Girard. Anybody ever been to Philadelphia? Stephen Girard. Girard College, Girard Estates, Girard Avenue. Dope dealer. Opium, selling opium in China. So they're trying to tell me that my little children are dope dealers, and you destroyed a nation selling dope. So let's get our children out to that graveyard. Let's see some of the John Lawson. Let's see some of the Stills. Let's see some of the Davises. There were heroes all over this place. They stood up against impossible odds. You know, the church was against them. The government was against them. Their neighbors was against them. They stood up against impossible odds to land us where we are today. And we don't remember. We don't remember. We sit there and look at that Netflix, and you go outside and you say you want to kill somebody because you need respect. Okay? Well, I'll tell you what. Use the monuments that we have. Celebrate the monuments that we have. Remember who our ancestors were. Yes, they were soldiers. Yes, they were preachers. Yes, they were Sunday school teachers. Amen. Yes, they were. And we continue to do those things. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody turn you around. Right? So, I'm Joe Becton. I'm with the 3rd Regiment. If I had more than 15 minutes, we'd get into it more, but I know. Go ahead and get out the way. Thank y'all so much. Hey, God bless you, Mr. Mott.
Come on, give it up for Joe.